Yeah, somebody that can whistle. There you go. Thank you, sir. We have any new people attending Racing for Recovery for the first time tonight. Join us if you have any questions, you need to schedule or anything, you can get with us after the meeting, and I can get one for you. Support group meeting guidelines. Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery support group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meetings welcome parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery support group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered by combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large. We have created an environment that is beneficial to anyone who has been affected by alcohol or drug addiction. Number 1, meeting start time is 7 p.m. Please be on time. Number 2, please turn off cell phones or ringers to vibrate. Please refrain from posting on social media during the meeting to show respect and courtesy to yourself and others. Number 3, please, only one person speaking at a time. Please speak loudly so everyone can hear. 4, proof of attendance, right here. Gladly provided. Please turn in your paperwork prior to the meeting. You can pick it up at the end. Number 5, honesty is required. Number 6, feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how alcohol or drug addiction has impacted your life. Number 7, this meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity. So please refrain from using excessive foul language or language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, and this sexual orientation of respect and dignity for all those who are present. Number 8, if you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. Number 9, confidentiality is important to us. What you say here will not be discussed outside of the meeting. Number 10, please refrain from leaving the meeting while it is in progress, as it is disruptive to others. 11, smoking happens off the property. Number 12, please dispense of all trash in a garbage can and do not litter on the premises. Thank you, Jeremy. Who has guidelines for living lifestyle recovery?
Guidelines for living lifestyle recovery. The lifestyle recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Guidelines. Recovering or recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives, wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse, such as our education, employment, quality relationships, health, and fitness. Using resources such as family, friends, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. Defining balance and working towards making it a part of everyday life. Building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. Understanding that negative behaviors and of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. Lifting a person up is better than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyle. Be there for yourself and be patient for your friends and family. Learning how to help with supporting the addict's behavior, providing assistance to the recovering individuals that will improve their lives, not further their usage. Recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyles as challenges to triumph over. Caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Who's got What Racing for Recovery Means to Me by Kelly Anderson?
I got it. R, respect yourself enough to quit using, accept the challenges that lie ahead, commit to your recovery, include friends and family on your journey, never doubt you will succeed, give yourself credit for your accomplishments, focus on the positive things you want in life, overcome your fears and keep moving forward, remember the reasons you are seeking sobriety, Reach out to others to give and receive support. Expect holes in the road, choose another road. Care for your body, we only get one in this lifetime. Open your heart, mind, emotion, and spirit. Victory comes from a balanced lifestyle. Educate yourself on all aspects of recovery. Racing for recovery saves lives. You will learn that with sobriety, anything is possible.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time for introductions. We're going to go around the room. I want to know who you are, why you decided to join us tonight. You do not have to identify as an alcoholic or an addict. If that does help you in your own recovery, please feel free to do so, and we'll go right. My name is Jeremy Guys, so to be totally candid, my personal life right now is kind of in turmoil, and there's not a better place I can be but right here. This is family to me. These meetings help me stay humble and be proactive instead of reactive a lot of times about how I act.
My name is Nick, and I'm just
I'm Tiffany, and I'm here to support.
I'm Matt. I'm here to stay on the right path.
I'm Kurt. I'm here for support.
TJ, here to keep my sobriety.
Zach, stay positive.
Nicole, this is just where I wanted to be tonight. Christine, support.
so keep winning.
Ashley, I'm here to start off the week.
Kevin, here to remain sober.
Justin, I'm here to stay on track. I'm here for support.
Mike in the corner, I'm here to live a better life.
Keith, I'm here for support.
Logan, I'm here to keep working toward my goals.
I'm here to stay consistent.
I'm Chris, and I'm here to support on the Williams program.
I'm RJ. I'm here for balance. I didn't see that.
My name's Joe. I'm here because I'm extremely grateful to everybody in this room, and I wanted to say thank you for sending me the Halloween card. It really meant a lot to me.
Glad to hear, man. Your hair looks good.
Thank you.
I'm Brittany, and I am here to get myself back on track.
My name is Johnson. I'm here to stay focused.
I'm Kelsey, I'm here to keep an open mind. I'm April, I'm here to learn how to live a better life.
TJ, I'm here to see what the thing's about.
Brian, I'm here for support.
My name's Bob. I'm here to listen, learn, and apply.
I'm here to learn.
Madam, I'm here to keep learning and moving forward with my sobriety.
I'm Kevin. I'm here to remain sober.
I'm Gina, I'm here to remain grateful for my life.
I'm Brandon. I'm here to keep on enjoying life.
Justin, here to support Brandon and Allie.
I'm Allie, I'm here to support Justin and Justin.
Justin here for support.
Mike is here to stay connected.
I'm Kim, and I'm here to just sit down and just really listen. I'm Amy, I'm here to stay humble and keep everything I've gained back.
I'm John. I'm here for support.
Hi, I'm Justin's mom, and I'm here out of gratitude.
Marty, I'm here for support.
I'm Christy. I'm here to continue working on myself.
Steve, I'm here to stay sober.
Oh. Jason, I'm here. So learn new ways to maintain sobriety.
Tanner, I'm here for a lot of reasons, but tonight I guess to keep coming to terms with accepting away.
I'm Nick. I'm here to learn to live a better life. I'm Andrew. I'm here to continue learning.
I'm Jeff, and I'm here because I like it here.
I'm Ward. I'm here to keep I'm Mike, and I'm here to keep going down the path I've been going down.
I'm Josh. This place makes me happy.
I'm Lorenzo. I'm grateful to be here. I really don't have a reason not to be here. Every day this place helps me grow, maintain my sobriety, and feel good about myself.
Chelsea, I'm here to stay focused.
Code, I'm here to keep it pushing.
Ryan, I'm here to stay sober and for the lifestyle.
I'm Chris. I'm here to learn how to use my sobriety as a weapon.
I'm Des, and I'm here because I want to be in the sport here.
I'm Brian. I'm here to stay sober.
I'm Ryan, and I'm here to stay focused on my journey.
My name's David. I'm here to make my next step the right step.
And I'm Randall. I just come to this meeting to dive into this book and just talk, have something to do tonight, so.
All right, my name is Dustin. I'm here tonight because it's Monday, and it is my favorite way to start off the week. It's really the thing that gets me through going through these slow-ass Mondays after a weekend. Who's got the answers?
Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me. Each breath sears my throat. I ache. My body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I'm a human being, full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At least I reached the light of promise. There stands the answers. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust, and so it begins, racing for recovery.
Thank you. Announcements? Nobody? No announcements. Well, we got a race coming up in like 8 months or so, right? 9 months. It's over. Get signed up. We're on page 90 in the little book and 183 in that thick daddy. Talk is cheap. Pretty good topic, man. Who wants to read? We'll let you go first.
Okay. Talk is cheap. That principle is this: words mean nothing. Parents, family members, and supporters of an addict don't give a damn about words and promises because they have heard them before, over and over. Substance problem, the odds are that you have worn out your welcome when it comes to broken promises and pledges. Addicts promise to get clean and stay clean like weathermen promise clear skies, and with the same level of reliability. When we're in the grip of our habit, we promise to show up, not drive, see a doctor, save our money, you name it. More often than not, we break those promises. Most often, we promise that our most recent binge will be the repeat me last time. And we break that promise. After a while, even mothers and fathers who will love us until the day they die can no longer invest in believing in us. That's why if you're in recovery, action is all that counts. Talk is so cheap, it's worth nothing. So the hardest things for many the people I work with is accepting that family and friends are sick of empty words. Once they are truly on the right track towards a holistic, balanced recovery and a new life, many addicts really want their loved ones and supporters to trust them again. But I'm really going to do this for me, but I'm really going to do it this time, they say. Anguished. Doesn't matter. If you're in that position, you have to humble yourself and accept that you must earn back the trust of those you've hurt. It's not their duty to give it to you. It's your duty to prove you're worthy of it. Who wants to continue?
I was working with a young man who said to me one day in great frustration, "I haven't had a drink in 3 months. I'm sick of my family asking me if I drank and if I'm all right. What am I supposed to do?" I told him that his family was not as concerned and that he needed to focus on getting healthy and be patient with his family. In time, if they saw that he was doing all the right things, they would come around. Eventually, they did. Some rifts can't be mended, especially in cases where the addict was involved in major breaches of trust like violence or theft. But most of the time, family comes around in time. Remember, recovery is a huge leap for you, but it's not a huge leap for the people who love you. They want to support you. They desperately want you to give them a reason to believe in you, love you, and be back in your life. The minute you satisfy their need for proof that you're serious, they will be at your side. The best thing the addict can do to start earning back that trust is to shut up and do the work. Come to support group meetings. Come to individual counseling sessions. Get fit and healthy. Revisit your spiritual side through religion or meditation. Discover a passion. Get a job. Help others. Go back to school. Pay back money you owe. Do whatever you can to distance yourself from the wreckage of your past and reinvent yourself. Let your actions speak for themselves. You think your family and friends won't notice the difference when they see you 3 months later looking lean, energetic, and positive? That's how to begin reconciliation with the people you've hurt. Once they see that you're on a permanent track towards a new life, they'll want to be a part of it. That's when you can begin to leverage family members and friends to help you stay on that track. When they can believe in you and be proud of you, you'll be amazed at how much love and forgiveness will come your way.
No. Thank you, Jeff. Well, shit, man, this is a good topic. They're better than some ass tonight. It's such a good topic. They put it on a shirt here, right? I know somebody's probably got the Choices and Action shirt on. My man right here's got it on. Choices and Action.
John.
Who did? Jeremy? All right, go ahead.
So basically, if I can sum this little couple paragraphs, it's all seriousness of action. I've repeatedly, since I was probably 15 years old, excuse me, I'm 32 now. So I've repeatedly have used, stayed clean, used, attained a level of success, such a perpetual cycle that, like, I literally can't do anything but just put my feet to the ground and let people notice. And not even by me promoting or advertising, they just have to notice it on their own. And I also need to be submissive to the idea that some fucking people won't ever forget to them. Do everything you can to try to reach that level, but you just got to be submissive to the idea that they won't. I have struggled with that one. And it's not only putting the substance down. For me, the substance was a symptom of my own insidious thought process. So I'm just as bad sometimes without smoking crack than I am when I was. And I need to be realistic about how I approach that. Look at it objectively. Just forever try to become a better version of myself. And I do that with a spiritual relationship. Like, I can only be so objective about myself internally. So, I mean, this chapter hits home, obviously, because I'm sure I can speak, and it's relatable to the idea that we hurt our family. I mean, I've broken into my mother's home. You know what I mean? You got to just put it out there like that, So they're always the first ones that forgive me, though, but it's always the ones that didn't that sting a little bit more. But all I can do is use that for self-growth to never repeat those actions.
Thank you, Jeremy. Jeff?
Yeah, we talked about this in IOP this morning, kind of. Todd used the house analogy, and keep building a shitty house, and it keeps falling down. Nobody's going to want you to build that house again. That's one of the things that I struggle with most in sobriety is, a lot of what Jeremy said, I'm going to repeat, but this is, this is from me. So I don't forgive myself yet for the things that I did to my family, and they've all pulled me aside already and said that they've forgiven me, which makes it easier. It makes it easier to chew on the fact that one day I will forgive myself for those things, just not today. I don't look at my family as, an expectation. Like, I don't look at them like they have to forgive me or they have to accept me back. And I hate even talking to them. My mom, my dad, they love having conversations with me about me being sober and everything. And I'm like, it's hard for me to talk about it with them because I don't like saying the words. I just want it to be action, and I don't feel like I have enough time in this to even be saying that I'm serious about it. And I am dead ass, but that doesn't mean that to them 2 months is enough time. So I'm just trying to stack these days up enough where I feel comfortable enough that I'm serious in their eyes, and humble enough where I can admit my mistakes and all the things that I've done. Like he said, you got to be brutally honest with yourself and the shit that you did, because until you're completely honest with yourself, what are you doing? You're not actually properly healing. I'm not actually properly healing. I'm sorry. I'm not actually properly healing. I forgot the last thing I was going to say. So with that, I'll pass.
You always come back to me, man. Renzo.
Yeah, for me, this really hit home for me. Because this weekend, Saturday actually, my son and his mother kind of, they've been avoiding me for a few months now. And I knew what it was. I knew they were mad. I knew they knew I was bad in all ways. And son, man, the first thing he said to me was, Dad, you look really healthy, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's like I got my old dad back, you know. He's like, I'm happy you're getting help that you need. And I talked to his mom, and it was a hard pill to swallow, but she basically told me it's getting to the point to where she's almost willing to keep me out of my son's life before she has to explain to him that I'm dead because of my actions. And that was reality. It hit me in the face. Seriously. Before I came here, my last so many odd times I've been in recovery, I thought just because I wasn't getting using, I was good. Just because I wasn't using, I was doing the right thing. But that wasn't it. Until I got here, I really started focusing on myself, taking care of myself physically, mentally, building positive social group, positive support system, dealing with the root of the evil that really got me out there doing what I was doing. And since then, like they said, I don't even have to tell people I'm sober anymore. They just know. They can tell. I used to think that I was hiding something, but I wasn't. Points were like, today's been 60 days, and but for me, it's not even about that anymore. It's more or less what I did in these 60 days, what I've accomplished. For me, I'm actually proud of myself for the first time in a long time. I'm doing, I have goals that I'm setting for myself now. I'm grateful for my sobriety these days. I'm not miserable. I'm not just doing it because I feel I have to. I'm doing it because I want to. It's making me a better person, and it's making the people that really care about me appreciate me again. I tried to apologize to her right away. First thing she said was, "Don't apologize. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's all we want." You don't realize we're your biggest supporter, but we can't be sitting around while you keep telling us you're doing good and you're really not. And man, it was a breath of fresh air, man, because my family means the world to me, and a lot of them left me behind, because of what I did. It's just something that really eats at me every day, and it feels good though having my kids back in my life, having my kids being proud of me. Her mom actually supporting me, and that's just because I'm putting in work today. I'm not just not using. I'm doing something productive, meaningful, and that's just all hard. So for me, I couldn't have read that in better time, man, because it's kind of what I'm going through, and it's kind of crazy, man. Like I said, that reading spoke volumes to me, and I'm just grateful to be here, man. For real, the place makes me happy, everybody makes me happy, and I just want to give back.
Yeah, we're glad you're here, man. John?
So there's two things you said. I don't quantify my recovery time much either where I memorialize it like, hey, I got 30 days, coming up to a year soon. But I only do that so I don't trick myself into some type of false precedent. That's just the first one. You made a good point about I could put the crack pipe down. That sobriety is a fallacy if I'm not continuously, proactively working on myself. As I alluded to it earlier, it's not the using of narcotics necessarily, it's the thought patterns that have gotten there and the thought patterns that exist because of all those years of that behavior. Sean in the room, he talks about, I will compulsively lie without any reason to, because I've conditioned myself to do that. So I'm not proactively aware of that. I will lie about nothing. For what reason? Because my brain's used to that. And the idea that we affect our family members primarily is because, I gotta be realistic to the idea that once I start using, I have no axiom at all. It's totally deluded in the sense where I'll make decisive based solely on my ability to financially support a habit. And that affects the people closest to me. The closer you are to me, the more, more addicted you fall. I like a couple things.
I think this is a good topic for me. I especially relate to it just because I don't know how many times I said it's my last one or this is my last time. And it wasn't until, I never know how to say this right, but my last time getting sober, while I'm sober now, all right, this is my last time and I've been sober since, right? Multiple times before that, I would, shit, my mom's here now. She can attest to it. She won't, but she could. How many times I told her I was getting clean, but that was usually because I'll tell you what, because there was something else I was trying to get from somebody, whether it was her or my dad or, chances are I was trying to manipulate something in that situation where it made myself look better than I really was. And it wasn't until this time around, this last time since I've been sober, that I went in it not for anybody else. I wasn't doing it for the state of Ohio. I wasn't doing it because I had a son due in 6 months. It wasn't because of Jennifer. It wasn't because of my family. It was because I wanted to live. I knew that if I kept doing what I was doing, I was going to die. And so I took it seriously. I didn't have a job at that time because of my choices and my actions at that time, which resulted in consequences. So at that time, I didn't have a job, and I was able to put 100% into this. So while I was here, I did everything I could. IOPs, the one-on-ones, the weight room, these meetings, and I participated because that's what I watched other people do. Randall was here before me. And I created that support group with people that were doing the right thing. And I was watching what they were doing. I was like, well, fuck, he's made it almost a year. Which at that point seemed like forever to me. I'm like, well, I'm going to try doing that. And I'm watching these guys raise their hand in the meeting and talking IOP. I got out of my comfort zone a little bit and was doing something that somebody else was doing. Who was doing the right thing? I was, you don't just copy off of just anybody, you know what I mean? I watched. I was watching who was doing the right thing, when and where. And I took action upon myself, and I started to love myself again. That was one of my biggest things. Like when they were talking about like the drug use and the alcohol use was a side effect. It was because there was something in me that I didn't like, and whether it was the booze or the drugs, that's the shit that I thought made me feel better. But really, it was just, it always made it worse. I can't remember one time I drank or used drugs, and I was like, that was fucking great. I feel better now. All my life's problems are over. But since I've consistently put action into my sobriety, things have gotten better. My word means something now to people. I've caused less gray hairs on my mom because I'm responsible for every one of them on her head. And I have trust with my family and friends now, which is something it's the easiest thing to lose and the hardest thing to get back. It's much easier to keep trust than it is to try to gain it back. And it took some years for me to finally realize, like, as long as I'm doing the next right thing, and being honest with myself and others, it's easy to maintain that trust. And for me, that came with action, getting involved, finding a good support group like Lorenzo was saying. And yeah, man, that sums up my whole sobriety, because this time, like Jeff was saying, I don't talk about it. People know where I'm at on Mondays because I've been doing this shit for so long on Mondays. After so long, people are like, oh, well, it's 7 o'clock on a Monday, I know where Dustin's at. And if I'm not here, it's probably because I didn't have a sitter for Kai, it's not. And after some time, people are like, oh, I wonder where he went. They automatically know I'm not doing something stupid because I've been doing the right thing for long enough. And I don't know, man, that's just, it's choices and action, man. I can't, it's amazing how good life gets, man, after some consistency of that shit. It always seemed, for me at first, it seemed like where I'm at now seems so far away. But it goes so quick, dude. So fast. Time just goes by. And if I had any advice to use, use your time here to the best of your advantage. You don't have to do this last time getting sober again. You're here now. Just put the work in and get it behind you. Set that foundation. When Crandall's talking about that house, He's talking about a shitty foundation equals a shitty house. You set that solid foundation that you can build on, which is your life. You can build your life off of that solid foundation, and it's just consistent after that. All right, I'm done rambling. Joe.
One thing that was shared tonight that really caught my attention is something that Lorenzo said. You said that you had 60 days today, which is amazing. It's a big accomplishment. But what's even bigger than that is you realize it's not about the day, but it's about the quality of the life that you've lived within these 60 days. And that's one thing that I didn't do when I was here before. Yeah, I was here, I was active. I mowed the grass every week, cooked, anybody needed help with anything, I was never said no. But I wasn't here mentally, And me and Renzo go back a long ways. And it was good to see when I got here. I'm really proud of you, man. That's it.
Thanks. Glad you're back. Jason?
Yeah, choices and actions thing, it's kind of, you're, like you used it, like you sat back in these meetings and watched people or whatever, and I came to a couple before, like because of you, I came to a couple before I went off the deep end a little bit or whatever. And you kept trying to say, well, you kept telling me, encouraging me to come here, and I kept going, I'm not, I don't want to do that, I don't have to, I'm good, I got this, blah, 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 until my life absolutely just imploded upon itself, and I ruined so many relationships, and, disrespected so many people and stuff like that. I mean, I've said it before in here, I was sleeping in my lot. You know what I'm saying? You do not have to do this right now. You need to go get some help. You didn't force me or make me or anything like that. He's like, I can't drag you by the ear over there to do it and stuff like that. And, I sat there and thought about it and, throwing up and getting sick. I'm like, man, what am I doing to myself? I'm a mess. I'm not like this. It's not me. And I took the steps and I've been here and stuff has been so flipping awesome. I don't even know how many days I have sober because I don't count. That's just me. I don't feel that. I've earned a spot to say I have this many days because it's not going to count for how many days I was messed up in my life. So that's just the way I look at it. It's me. And it's it's funny because it's a choices and actions thing, and you hear that thing. It's what you do when people's not watching. Like me and a helper I had today who was at Lowe's, paying for some materials. And this poor girl, I could tell she just started there. And I go in there all the time, and I'm always messing with them, confusing them, whatever, playing, trying to make somebody's day a little bit brighter or whatever. So I gave her the money, and she's like, giving me my change. And she's like, giving me too much money back. And, I could have been an a-hole and took it, But instead, she's like, well, here's your change. Like, it's too much. She's like, what do you mean it's too much? Works like, really, dude? It was $10, but still. I was like, well, now how much I give you? I gave you $250, and she tried to give me too much change back. And it was like, he's like, why'd you do that? I was like, because it was the right thing to do, I was like, a poor girl, she just started here, George's gonna be short, and she might get fired because of that, and then I could have messed up her whole entire life, so being able to think clear like that because of this place, think clear like that, make a decision 4 months ago, I would have totally pocketed that and not even gave 2 craps about it, But, being here and doing, putting things that you're learning here into action, it definitely helps your life because mine's steady getting better every day. So.
What was I going to say? Racing for Recovery. Here they offer you the opportunity and the tools to use it. It's on me or us to use those tools in order to help us in sobriety. And you got your hand up? No. Perfect. You're going to wave your hand at me like that. I wasn't. You made me forget what I was even talking about.
My fault.
I don't even remember where I was going, dude. You threw me way off. But
I'll say something.
okay. I was going on something.
Yeah, this chapter in this book is, it means a lot. You know, there's just like a couple words that really stand out. The first paragraph and the second paragraph. Like, your words mean nothing. Talk is cheap. It's worth nothing. You know, underlined in this book is, you know, when I first came into recovery, like, I could talk a very good game, you know. I could be like, oh yeah, I'll meet you back in the weight room. I'll be back there one of these days. But, you know, that day will probably never come because I wanted to go do what I wanted to do. You know, I had to stick around people that held me accountable and really, like, challenged me and wanted the best for me. And not sat there and kind of just talked me up and kind of co-signed all my shit. When I had people that truly cared, kept me accountable, that's when I started, I really just stopped talking and started putting action behind everything. And man, today it's like, my words, you know, still might not mean nothing. But that's all right, because I know I can always put action behind them. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to flake out on somebody. I'm not going to, oh, I can't make it over there now, you know, this and that, and make up some excuse. Like, if I'm saying I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to be there on time, or I'm going to be there early. I'm not going to show up late. That's yeah, oh, it's 6 o'clock? Show up like 7 o'clock, you know, 7:30. Oh, yeah, I thought 6 o'clock was just like, you know, just
suggestion.
Yeah, suggestion, you know. You know, it's, man, my word is everything to me today. What I say, I want to actually mean something. Actually, like, you know, yeah, it means something. And because it didn't mean nothing for a long time. So, yeah, that's all I got.
There was a lot of what Randall said, reputation, following the cadence of others. When I came in here, I was so nurtured in 12-step recovery. I let go of all my predetermined notions of what this place was. I had a bag of clothes and some salvation that this place existed. I just kind of sat back and watched others, how they did it, took that away and applied it to myself. So there's a lot of watching the cadence of others. Reputation's huge. That's my reputation in these rooms has always been intact and always will. That's a big thing for me. That was something I didn't care about before, because I don't care what you think of me, because I'll physically and intellectually assert myself on you. That doesn't matter. That was a big one. So I made some good points. For me, sobriety had to be about a desire, a passion, and a dedication. I couldn't equate it to like conquests. Like I could think my way through it, because I tried that all the other times. And he said it too. I didn't have the state of Ohio this time either telling me to do it. I had to rethink. I had to have more of an emotional connection than an intellectual connection. And it's been working. I'm not perfect. Trust me. But it's progressively better than it ever was. My sobriety is more abbreviated now than it has been in the past, but the density and the quality of it are way more extreme. That's just following what I've taken away from this program and how I have interpreted it.
Brittany.
So I did an assessment today to reevaluate my course of care, and one of the goals that I'm supposed to be reaching from this point forward in the next 90 days is to build and utilize at least 3 people as like a solid support system. I have almost, in 3 days I'll have 13 months clean and sober, but I haven't been consistent, and I've maintained that, but by the skin of my teeth. And it's been like white knuckling it, and I feel like part of it is like, I feel like I've built acquaintances in here, but I don't think I've built but one solid friendship, and that one person has been the most consistent person in my life over the last year. I'm lucky enough that he happens to be sitting next to me today, and that he's back here. Even though he wasn't 100% consistent with himself, he's always held me accountable. And I need more people like that to hold me accountable, and that, you know, I can reach back and say, hold them accountable too. Calling them, like, he's really good at calling me out of my bullshit. I need more people like that. I've always been really awkward, so I have a hard time making friends. He's seen the good, the bad, the ugly, the worst, and the best. I mean, whatever I have in me, he's seen it. So I'm hoping that I can find the bravery that I had at one point to be able to build that friendship, to build more friendships like that, because I don't have people to hold me accountable. I don't have that support system. And I think that I can talk a good talk, but I don't have people in life walking the walk. And I think that's the most important thing for me right now to maintain my sobriety. Without one person calling me out of my shit, I wouldn't have maintained 13 months. But now I'm realizing that I'm circling a drain right now, and if I don't do something about it, you know, grab a link in the chain, pull myself out, I'm gonna end up right back out and destroying my life. And I don't want that. So please, everybody who does get to know me, if you see me talk and not walking the walk, call me out on it. I need it.
Real quick. To me, right there, like that's talking, that's walking the walk. Like you see what you had to do. You came in here, say you don't feel comfortable on people, but you just opened up to a room about so many people and asked for help. That right there are the things that count. The things that we don't want to do. Coming in here, I didn't want to put all my problems on the table. I didn't want to share all my business. Sure, I'm social, but I didn't want to get as close as I got with half these people. Because, I mean, I have family. But I mean, I'm talking like, I didn't look like that. But you know what I mean? Like, on a really personal level, man. Like, that's, people don't realize the strength in numbers and the bonds that we get in the support is one of my biggest weaknesses. I didn't have support. All I had was negative neighborhood. Like, our neighborhood was so, like, we were so tight, but we were so negative and just nothing good going on. And you know, I had to give that up. As much as I care about, as much as it was me, as much as that was where I came from, like, that's not where I want to be anymore. I came in here 100% dedicated to do whatever it took. And sometimes that's doing what you don't want to do. Not just talking about it, but doing it flat out. It's the simplest, easiest, but hardest concept I've ever heard. We don't realize how hard it is to stick our neck out there and cry for help. But being vulnerable is really what gets us there. Putting it all out on the table and asking for help when you need help. Like, I can't do this shit by myself. I tried to for years. I was big on, I don't have friends, I have associates. That's what I meant by that. Like, I have associates because when I had to get that behind me, man, and really dig deep. And I know I need support, and that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm striving for. I try to build as many relationships as I can and build them as strong as I can. Like you said, that foundation means everything. If it's all on lies and just talking your way through this, it's not enough for nothing. I too have had like 8 months clean and accomplished nothing. Was miserable, still hurting my people, still lying, manipulating, went back to prison, and like it was for nothing, wasted time. When I know I'm better than that. We all are better than that. And it's just a wonderful feeling when you finally reach that point where you're willing to just give it all up and put it all on the table. Like, that's that natural high that people are always talking about. I always thought it was I always thought it was just nonsense, like natural high. No, man. But I get that now. I get that from just being around people, the positivity. You know, when people come up and they're like, oh, like that feels so good to me now that people are accepting me for what I and you know, like you said, this place gives you all the tools, all the opportunity, but unless you put that to use, it's for nothing. It really doesn't matter. It's like going to work with a toolbox. What do they say? What's the saying?
I don't know.
You got a box full of tools, but you I messed that up, sorry. You know, I don't know how it goes. Yeah, you have a box full of tools and you don't use them. It's just a box full of tools.
Just a way.
You know? But that right there, man, I don't know. I mean, I encourage, people say I talk a lot, I don't care. It helps, man. Like, somebody's got to talk seriously, and if it's helping me, and if it's getting this shit out, if it's making me realize it's helping somebody else relate to it, so be it, man. Like, that's what we need, man. That's what helped me. When I first came here the first week, listening to the positivity and the stories and the people, seeing people get their kids back, people getting their moms back, that's what I want. And like you said, you gotta watch the people that are getting that and do what they do.
Go ahead, Jeff.
First of all, I'd like to say it feels counterintuitive to talk during a book lesson where it says to shut up and do it. I remember what I was going to say at the end of my first thing. I wanted to apologize to my family too. Like, I want so bad to tell them I'm sorry for the shit that I did. Not just my family, my friends, the people that meant something to me. I wanted to apologize to them. And I don't expect them to come back into my life after I apologize to them, but I want them to know that I am deeply sorry about the things that I did, because I didn't gain a clarity on what I was doing until everything was out of my system. If you would have seen me 3 months ago, none of you in here would have recognized me. I was, you know, disheveled and long hair and long beard and 30 pounds lighter than I am, talked different, took advantage of people, didn't give a fuck what anybody said, had a conversation with somebody as long as it took to feel like I could gain an advantage on them, and then after that my conversation was over. So now I have like actual genuine friends in here. And like Lorenzo's saying, you know, it's hard. It's hard to come in here and trust people, because when we were out on the street, a lot of people speak for myself, you know, I was acting like that, and the people around me were acting like I was acting like. So trusting somebody just wasn't an option. Because trusting somebody meant that you were going to get. Man, I'm really watching my mouth for your kid. That's great.
Thank you.
Trusting somebody meant you were going to get screwed over, you know? But about apologizing, I can't do it yet. I don't know like when, but I feel like I haven't crossed the line to where they're going to take me seriously. You know, I don't know how much sobriety I need, and I don't actually necessarily view it as sobriety. I don't need X amount of days or whatever. But I feel like I need to attain a mental status that shows them that a thorough change has taken place in my thinking to let them know that not only am I serious about this, but this has worked. And, you know, I don't think about drugs and alcohol the way that I used to. I don't think about friends the way that I used to in this place. And I don't think about things that I viewed as obligations the way that I used to in this place. You know, we all come into this room tired sometimes. We just want to get through this hour. But every time I come in this room, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to hear what everybody has to say. And I'm excited to try and take just one more thing and add it to my puzzle to make it a complete picture. And every single time I come in here, I get that. And, you know, I know this is going to be a long road, tough climb, whatever analogy you want to use. But I don't view it as having a finish line. I just view it as a never-ending journey. And like Lorenzo said, you know, I made more than acquaintances in this place. I made good friends that I feel like keep me accountable. And like just like I went running today, and the two people I ran with, Emily and Mike, I probably would have quit after like 3 miles. Because I don't know if any of you guys know, but it's cold outside. That sucks. Like, running in the cold sucks. But you feel somebody pull ahead of you a little bit, and you're like, oh, I don't know, you know? Like, and then you feel like, we kept on coming up on the finish line, and I'm like, oh, good, we're about to finish. And then it's like, one more? I'm like, ah. So, I was in the military for 6 years. And in the military, you do a lot of running. I've never run 6.5 miles before, man. That is a far distance. And I only did that because I was with a group of people. And just because you might have been able to do it with yourself doesn't mean that it's not easier with a group of people. Just like Brittany said, you know, like if you guys see me stumbling, anybody can come up to me and catch me. Like I don't mind. I'm never gonna take offense. Like, hey, I got that myself. Because guess what? 3 months ago, I didn't have it myself. So having you guys in here, having this group, having this meeting take place, I love this stuff. And, it means the world to me. It really does. With that, I pass.
Good stuff, Jeff. Thank you for your service, by the way. I didn't know you served.
Oh, yeah, it was the Air Force. It's nothing.
That support thing is a two-way street, too. You know, the way I try to handle my relationships is like, I don't so much just call somebody when I need something, right? You know, like you can just call them just to see how they're doing. Not to call them and be like, I got this fucking problem right now and I need your help to fix it. Because that's draining. I know that's draining for me when I got somebody that's always calling me with problems, you know? Like, I'm more than happy to help somebody out. But I think the support and the accountability, like that accountability, some of that's on me. I'm not always going to be with Randall or Mike or, you know, I spend a lot of time by myself, not isolating by any means, but I know I have to keep myself accountable, like when, and honest, right? You know, like if I'm by myself and I don't call anybody and tell them I'm doing some dumb shit, then it's on me not to do dumb shit, you know? And I think the way I built my support group here is I kind of just interjected myself into some people that were doing some shit that I thought was kind of cool, or they were doing shit that I wanted to do, whether that was in the gym. You know, I didn't know if these guys liked me at the time. I was just like, I'm going to just keep coming around. Eventually they'll be like, all right, well, Dustin's probably going to be here with us today. They tolerated people long enough. Then pretty soon I had their phone numbers and we were playing softball together, man. It was, I think they were built. They didn't just pop up. We weren't just automatically best friends. And especially in a environment like this, right? So we get in here or an IOP and we're sharing some shit sometimes. You know, you find some stuff out about people that you're like, you know, you hear some intimate shit sometimes in IOP, so you know a lot of people here better than a lot of people know a lot of people here, you know? And so it's also a delicate relationship, you know? That's just something you got to take care of and nurture, and yeah, I don't know, man. It's a fucking journey, though, isn't it, though? Yeah, I like the way you said that. That reminded me of something Steven would say, right? It's the ride, man. Okay, Jeremy, and then we got the poem, wherever it's at. Unless nobody else got something.
There was talk about holding, people holding you accountable. I use my roommates that live with the same guys for like 7 months now. And one in particular, like, especially currently, I have some personal turmoil, and I'll text them and I'll be like, just check on me, dude. You know what I mean? I'm not asking them for advice or input, like, just call me. It's been helping me, because again, I'm accountable for my actions. I'm to let people know if something might feel a little off, or like keep an extra eye on me. I do that kind of to protect myself. And the idea of apology, I think that translates across the board in a lot of different ways. For me, a lot of it was financial reimbursement. For me, it was not displaying the same actions. For me, it was a physical apology. For me, the apology was sent out and never responded. You know what I mean? I don't know. That can translate to a lot of different things, but that's been a big avenue of where I'm at right now. And it's an honor to sit up here in front of you guys. Like, these green walls signify a space for me that has been consistent in my life for almost a year now. And faces change, but these walls stay the same. And it's nice to sit at this table and torch a little bit. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that apology shit, man. That's for me. This time around, I don't even know if I did apologize. I don't think so, because it was harder for me. I spent so long saying it, knowing it didn't mean anything to me. You know, so to make sure that my actions spoke for me. You know, I didn't have to apologize. I don't know if I apologized to my mom. If I didn't, she knows that I turned my life around. You know, I've been doing it long enough that she's like, okay, you know, she's proud of me. My dad said he's proud of me, which he hasn't done in a fucking long time. You know, he did that yesterday. That was kind of cool. And you know, that's the shit that's part of why I'm doing this. You know, is I can never change what happened in the past. You know, there's nothing you can do about that. It's happened. It's happened. The only thing you can do now is do what you can each day to make a better future. You know, and for me, that's staying sober and doing the next right thing. Who's got the poem?
Autobiography of my 4 chapters. I walk down the street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in, I am lost, I am hopeless, it isn't my fault, it takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it, I fall in again, I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault, it takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there, I still fall in, it's a habit. My eyes are open, I know where I am. It is my fault, I get out immediately. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around, I walk down another.
Thanks for coming, everyone.